Good morning, Year 5. So today we are moving on with our science topic, properties and changes of materials. So we're looking at keeping cool, okay? And our first part is, so Mason has sorted these materials into two groups. So we've got two groups, we've got a nail, we've got a foil, we've got a radiator, and we've got the pan. It's also got a coat, a flask, a polystyrene cup, and the pan handle. Can you identify the two groups that he has sorted them into? So what has he sorted these two groups into? So think of the different objects. Can you think of two subheadings for the title or the titles that he has sorted these groups into? So you pause the video now and have a look, have a think. So Mason has sorted the materials into thermal conductors and thermal insulators. So a conductor here is the pan, a nail, the foil, and the radiator, and the insulator is the coat, the thermo flask, the polystyrene cup, and the pan handle. So thermal conductors means heat can travel easily through thermal conductors. Metals are good thermal conductors as they allow heat to move through them. Thermal conductors are used to make items that need heat to travel through them, like a pan or a radiator. So it'd be no good having a plastic pan and then trying to cook an egg in a plastic pan, as one, it would melt and it doesn't conduct heat. Okay, so that's why we have metal pans, metal radiators, because they conduct heat, they hold the heat. But thermal insulators do not let heat travel through them easily. So some fabrics, wood and plastics, are good thermal insulators. So it's really careful, there's some, okay, not all. So just because it's a fabric doesn't mean it's a good insulator. So thermal insulators can keep our heat out or in. For example, a vacuum flask, this one here, stops the heat from the air travelling through to the food or drink inside, keeping it cool. A coat stops the heat from your body travelling through to the air outside, keeping you warm. Did you know that heat always travels from a warmer area to a cooler one? So heat always goes from warm to cool, never cool to warm. Okay? So your task today, or one of your tasks. So the first one is to design a new lunchbox. So the Brilliant Bags company want to make a new lunchbox for children to bring their packed lunches to school in. Food will be stored in the lunchbox for quite a long time, probably all morning. They want to make sure the lunchbox keeps the children's lunches cool and fresh, so they need to think about the best material to make the inner lining of the lunchbox. The company want you to help them choose the best material for the inner lining of the lunchbox. The lining will need to stop heat getting through from the air to the cool food inside. Will the lining need to be a good thermal conductor or a good thermal insulator? So have a think about it, design a really nice lunchbox, find some materials that would be suitable for a lunchbox. So you could say, for example, solid metal would not make a particularly good lunchbox. One, because it's really heavy, and two, it's just not suitable for a lunchbox, okay? So, once you've done that, you need to create a keynote on various thermal insulators and thermal conductors. I will also put a task on where you need to, if you can, print the sheet where you sort the thermal conductors and thermal insulating objects.